All right, guys, let's get this stream started. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I did change the audio here a little bit. I was messing around with it, but hopefully you guys can still hear me through the mic. This is a great mic, so all right, so got some water here, and yeah, let's begin. So as you guys can clearly see in the description box below, tonight we're gonna be talking everything Tesla. Okay, so first of all, quick market review. Today was a turnaround Tuesday essentially for the mega caps, right? The leaders. Since we saw a bunch of names, starting to move lower on Friday and on Monday, yesterday, which is when we saw that nice push lower on most of the mega cap names and most of the leaders, like the semiconductor and cybersecurity leaders. And so today it was kind of obvious to see that we're probably going to be seeing some pivots and some bounces from these leaders that have been able to pull back into very significant levels of support or SMA areas of support, right? Or support SMAs, right? Like the daily 10 or the daily 21 SMAs. Okay, now obviously that only pertains to the leaders who are currently in an uptrend. And so today, if you guys take a look at the ticker MGK, I take a look at this here and then. But it's kind of rare that I look at this. I mean, I just take a look at the S&P 500, but MGK, this specifically looks at the mega cap growth, and that's the reason why it's called the Vanguard Mega Cap Growth ETF. And it had a pretty good bounce today at the daily 10 SMA, and which is very similar and parallel to all the other mega cap stocks and leaders and etc., which have pivoted and bounced at their daily 10 and daily 21 SMAs. Okay, so that's kind of the gist and the summary of what happened today. I mean, there really wasn't too much going on. We're only going to be seeing some really crazy price action, most likely on Friday with the PCE report, and maybe even tomorrow, as we continue to see some Federal Reserve members speaking, right, and commenting on the overall economy, the current federal funds rate or target range, the benchmark interest rates, inflation, etc. Okay, so with that in mind, let's take a look at Tesla. So as I've stated wait a second, 7 likes. Oh, 7 likes even before the stream began. I completely forgot to mention that. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much for the likes. We're really gaining some great momentum on this channel. Seems like people are really tuning in to the valuable and applicable information that I've been giving out for years. And so it's finally good to see that people are 8 likes now. I just saw an uptick. But hey, seems like you guys are finally looking to execute on these applicable and invaluable information. And so again, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for always liking these streams and every single one of my videos that I upload. And again, if you guys have anything that you guys want to say or mention about whatever video that you guys are looking at and watching from this channel, make sure you guys leave it down below in the comments section, and I'll always be reading them and replying back. Okay, so Tesla. Now, as you guys see on the title, what's not to like about Tesla? Well, first of all, that question is generally saying that there is a very positive outlook, well, personally, that I hold on Tesla, and it has really great qualities as a stock, right? And there's hardly any drawbacks to be looking at. Maybe the actual leadership of Tesla, maybe Elon Musk may be a bit too volatile. However, based on his tweets, Okay, based on what he's actually typing out and what he's saying and thinking out before he types his tweets or Twitter posts, it seems like he's looking to be focusing back onto Tesla and really just honing in on the future of Tesla. And what is that future, you guys may ask? Well, as I've repeatedly stated in the past, we have Tesla, the Optimus robot. Okay, and the Optimus robot is, I believe, almost as tall as me. Let me okay, I believe, yeah, so it's 5 feet and 11 inches tall, and I am 6'2", so it seems like this Optimus Generation 2 robot is standing at 5 feet and 11 inches, and this robot can really become the future of Tesla. Since, if you guys didn't know, Tesla, I don't think it's really, well, most investors haven't really been investing into Tesla because of their cars, but because of their software, right? And so once AI continues to be integrated into the software and their products, then Optimus comes in hand, where the AI application goes even further. All right, and this is the kind of the next step into the AI quote-unquote landscape, where the Optimus robot will be really utilizing AI to its full extent, and people are becoming a lot more comfortable with robots being in their daily lives. Well, first of all, I don't think Optimus robots will be in people's daily lives in the next 1 or 2 decades. I think they're most likely going to be used in warehouses or in the manufacturing processes of any industry that's probably considered dangerous for humans. And yes, that kind of sounds like a bleak future, since robots are most likely going to be replacing a lot of the blue-collar jobs that are very dangerous. But from an innovation standpoint and from a progression standpoint of humanity, I think it's kind of the right route to go towards, especially as we've been seeing some really rapid growth in the AI landscape and space overall. And I think it's the right and correct step, the next step from AI to robotics, right? And the integration of AI into robotics. And so, I mean, even Amazon can be considered a robotics company too, since they have been using and integrating more of their warehouse robots in every single warehouse location. So, Tesla here, it's more focused on the humanoid part of the robots, and their Optimus robots can become just a inevitable huge main player in that quote-unquote robotics landscape. And so this humanoid robot, Optimus, is looking to be a game changer for Tesla. Now, the other kind of second face of the robotics landscape for Tesla is its robotaxi, right? And I've been kind of mentioning this in the previous few times here. And the robotaxis are looking to be quote-unquote the Uber killer, or just the overall general taxi killer, in the fact that we won't be having face-to-face interaction with actual human taxi drivers, and maybe the entire human-to-human interaction within a taxi is going to become obsolete with this robotaxi. And depending on what the event reveals to us on August 8th, because again, we have the robotaxi event for Tesla on August 8th. I believe that is the official date, or maybe the TBD date. But it seems like the robotaxis are becoming a huge hype within Tesla itself. And obviously, the fact that we both have the Optimus robot and the robotaxi car becoming a huge part, the future part of the future plans of Tesla. Tesla can become a very, very, very important company in the next couple of decades. I would say 1 to 3 decades, right? And here's the thing, okay? I don't think robotaxis are going to kill Uber. Maybe it's gonna just expand the innovative, I guess, ways to innovate and to adapt to a new market ecosystem for Uber and possibly even for Lyft, and that can generate even more innovation within that specific space and create, just create some really good technology for humans to continue to progress into the quote unquote future that we've always, imagined in sci-fi novels or whatever it may be, right? And so Tesla, from that perspective, from the AI and the robotics perspective, the Optimus robot and the robotaxis are looking to be very, very promising, since it's not really a far-reaching idea, since we already have an Optimus robot, and on August 8th, we'll know whether or not the robotaxi has been tested, has been, has been shown to be effective, and somehow can become a regular part of the everyday consumers' lives, right? And I don't know what they're going to reveal during the robotaxi event. Maybe they're just going to show us the robotaxi car and that's just it, and maybe kind of their plans on how they're looking to test it in certain cities or certain areas, etc. But whatever it is, it's a very exciting future that's in place for Tesla. And the only thing that's really, again, I guess, that could potentially mess up Tesla's future is Elon Musk himself, right? But again, he's a workaholic. I think he can pull through and continue to provide immense amount of shareholder value to all the long-term investors, and obviously the private investors as well in the company, and obviously for the institutional holders on this ticker and name. But overall, I think from that perspective, AI and robotics, Tesla can continue to become a huge company that can potentially surpass the current leading tech companies, the tech growth companies. Again, if you guys have missed out on the first few minutes, right? Today was a day for mega cap growth tech stocks, and MGK was a nice ticker to look at today, as it bounced really nicely on top of its daily 10 SMA, and that also was parallel to all the other leaders and growth tech leaders that have pivoted off of their respective daily 10 and daily 21 SMAs. And so that leads me into the technical analysis for Tesla. And today, it has held the daily 10 SMA really well as we pivoted away from this 182.50 previous resistance level. And so before I delve deeper into all the levels here for Tesla, there's one structure shift and overall sentiment shift that's been happening with Tesla. First of all, we have the RSI. The RSI has been just flatlining essentially above 50, right? And if you guys remember what I told you guys about Tesla, about the RSI or the relative strength index, okay, let me make sure I have everything ready for the other indicators that I wanted to show you guys tonight for Tesla. But RSI has been flatlining at 50, and if you guys remember, a range of 50 to 60 tends to show really incredible relative strength, and that usually favors the bulls, and it usually tells us that the momentum is sustained to a bullish momentum, right? The momentum is sustained towards the bullish side. Now, hey, welcome guys. Wow, you guys just missed out on what I've talked about with AI and robotics for Tesla and its future with that space. So if you guys want to watch that recording, make sure you guys watch the recording. And again, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up down below if you guys are finding this information very valuable and most importantly applicable to your trading journeys. All right. So the RSI from 50 to 60 clearly shows us that the momentum is bullish. But if the RSI is staying within a range of 40 to 60, that is the quote-unquote optimal range where the stock itself, the underlying stock price, has not gone anywhere, right? It's just flattening out and really just consolidating. And what has Tesla been doing the past 2 months? Well, moving sideways, right? And look at where the RSI has been. From 50s to 60s, and now it's consistently staying in between 50 and 60, and it's getting tighter and tighter. And so if I relay this over to the actual price action now, this is where that structure, that sentiment is kind of observed, right? That shift in the overall structure and momentum and complete shift in the sentiment and the tone and in the underlying price action. And what I mean by that is that the price continues to see to use RS flips. And what does that mean? Well, old and previous resistances are turning into new levels of support. All right, so old resistance is flipping to new support, and this is constantly occurring as we just sluggishly move to the upside. All right, and we continue to flip every single old resistance into new support as we continue to pivot away from every single one of those new support levels. For example, this 180 resistance level has been a huge level where buyers weren't able to break over, and then ultimately on June 13th, when Elon Musk was able to get his compensation package, his CEO comp package, and approved by shareholders, that's when Tesla was able to break over 180 and eventually flip this old and previous resistance level of 180 into new level of support in the next 2 days. And then thereafter, we turned 182.50, which was a major level of intraday resistance and also just a simple level of daily resistance. We were able to turn this next level of resistance into a new level of support. And so that was the second RS flip that we observed. And today, we continue to confirm this RS flip when we pivoted away from 182.50, and at the same time, simultaneously, we were able to pivot right at 182 and around the area, okay, in very close proximity of the daily 10 SMA, which continuously curls up higher, okay? And so we continue to really just tighten up underneath the next major level of resistance, sitting at 187.50 right here. And today that was another retest at this 187.50 resistance, and we closed slightly underneath it, further confirming that this 187.50 resistance level is truly significant. And that means if we do break over this resistance and we turn it into a new level of support, that will be our third RS flip. And from that point forward, okay, once we're able to break over 187.50, there really won't be any struggle to the upside for the bulls. Okay, if you take a look all the way up here, okay, and all the way back here, there's hardly any supply up here until we hit around 205.50. Okay, so 205.50 can become a major level of resistance and a really good PT area, a profit target area, if you guys are able to get a very good entry, a breakout entry point over 187.50. But if you guys have not seen my Instagram story yet, or if you guys haven't been following the Tesla swing trade idea, you guys should know that we have been in Tesla since the break over 180. Okay, and so TSLA can provide a very major breakout once we're able to break over 187.50 and provide us with that third official RS flip, old resistance to new support flip. And we can just slide on up higher back towards that psychological $200 whole number level and eventually reach the major level of resistance at 205.50. And if we're able to break over 205.50, then we should be able to realize that there is a huge area of supply. And where is this supply area? Well, it goes from the lower range support of 205.50 to the upper range resistance of 212.25. Okay, and so here's the thing, all right? If we're able to rapidly move away from 107.50 in a perfect world, and an ideal world, we can hit 205.50 very rapidly, maybe in a couple of trading days or maybe in just one single week, and we can officially see a retest, a coinciding retest of 205.50 and the daily 200 SMA. And as a reminder, the price is staying over all three of my major SMAs that you guys can clearly see here. First off, the price is over my momentum, my short-term momentum SMAs, the daily 10 in red and daily 21 SMAs in light blue. And it's above the long-term SMA, the 50 SMA in dark blue here, right? And we have been just moving sideways in a deadlock zone as we continue to, try our best to stay over the daily 10, daily 21, and daily 50 SMAs. And we have finally reached a point where the price really wants to start moving away from the daily 10, daily 21, and daily 50 SMA, but most importantly, the daily 50 SMA. And we can only do that if we're able to be magnetically attracted towards the daily 200 SMA. And at that point, if we're able to, again, in an ideal and perfect world, if we're able to retest the 205.50 simultaneously with the daily 200 SMA, in the longer term perspective, maybe a year or two down the line, we can be seeing the price staying way over the daily 200 SMA. And at that point, if the price is staying over the daily 200 SMA and very far away from the daily 200 SMA, we can assume that the daily 50 SMA has officially crossed over the daily 200, and it has given us a nice golden cross for the longer term perspective. And at that point, share price wise, I would firmly believe that the price should be nearing that $300 psychological level, right? So right around here. Okay, but now I'm kind of reaching. Okay, so first of all, the main objective for Tesla in the short to mid-term perspective is to reach the daily 200 SMA and also retest the 205.50 daily level of major resistance. And once it's able to tightly consolidate in between this huge supply level of 205.50 to 212.25, then and only then can Tesla continue to ride up higher with bullish momentum and bullish volume all the way up to that $300 psychological level. Okay, and for Tesla, guys, you guys need to think of it in terms of the 100s, right? So the $100 level was very significant back when Tesla in 2022 was seeing a lot of pressure. Okay, so we go all the way back here. Okay, right? So, right? Oh, actually, it was 2023. In January. So January 6th, to be exact, of 2023 is when we saw some very heavy level, heavy area of buying at 103.50, which was very close to 100. And at that point, it was inevitable for the price to be trying to attempt to get back to the next $100 level higher, which is 200. So 100 plus 100 equals 200. Ding, ding, ding. Right? Very, very easy arithmetic, right? Basic arithmetic. And so that means if we apply the same type of thinking there, very basic type of thinking. If we're able to break over 200 with really good momentum like we saw in early 2023, okay, in January 2023, where we saw a very quick rise from 103 to over 200, we should be able to see a break over 200 that rapidly increases towards that $300 psychological level. Okay, so again, you guys need to be thinking about Tesla in the hundreds, right? For the share price. What's going to be the next $100 level that Tesla can potentially hit is the question that you guys should always ask when Tesla is moving so tightly underneath the psychological $200 level currently. All right? Is everyone getting my message so far? So let's kind of give a, well, yeah, why not? Let's just go over the summary of what I just said about Tesla, right? So we have the AI landscape that Tesla is really trying to integrate itself in and trying to really just mop up the market share of the AI landscape through its Optimus robot, right? So humanoid robots, and through its robo-taxi, I guess, incentive or plan, right? And, you know, with that in mind, Tesla will also, on top of that, be most likely introducing its most cheaply produced car that I believe is supposed to go for $25,000, I think, or even like $20,000 to $25,000 if I'm not mistaken. So I haven't really looked into that part of Tesla, but I believe Tesla is supposed to come out with a very, very affordable electric vehicle, EV, that ranges from a $20,000 to $25,000 price range. So that can also become a huge, huge incentive for the long-term investors to continue to pile in to this specific name. Okay, and so from all of those perspectives piled into one thought, it really makes you think whether or not Tesla should be a lifelong investment. And in my opinion, from what I've read, from the fundamentals, from its current price action and technical analysis, I think Tesla can become a worthy name to hold in your long-term accounts like your IRA and your Roth IRA accounts for the entirety of your life. Right? That may sound very stupid right now, but I mean, the future seems endless for Tesla and what they can do currently with their current software, their humanoid robots, the potential for robo-taxis, and what they can do in the next decade or so. I mean, it just seems like Tesla has been doing everything that they can to stay on top of the current market trends, economic trends, and just overall innovation, right? And innovative trends, right? And they're constantly trying to do better for the world, right? By introducing us to really cheap EV cars in the future and just overall improving the life of the average human beings through its robotaxi and Optimus robots, the humanoid robots, right? So from a more optimistic standpoint, I think Tesla can become a household name, truly a household name, once it's able to allow sales of its humanoid robots for the average homeowner or just the average consumer, right? And I believe that's going to be in the next 3 decades, right? Again, as I have said in the beginning of the stream, I think humanoid robots are most likely just going to be used in very dangerous areas of work, like in the manufacturing industry, or just overall blue-collar jobs that are very dangerous for the average human being. And we could most likely see blue-collar jobs decreasing in the next decade, and we will most likely start to see white-collar jobs increasing even more as people are going to find ways, obviously, to find and make new jobs that will accommodate towards that changing landscape where AI and humanoid robots are literally taking over the quote-unquote old and dangerous jobs that human beings have held for decades in the past. All right, so that's kind of my take on Tesla. I mean, there really isn't too many things to really worry about Tesla unless they completely run out of money. I mean, I don't know why they would. I mean, they've been doing pretty well. Maybe again, like I've said previously and earlier as well, maybe it's the leadership style of Elon Musk that may just be the downfall of Tesla. But even then, I think Tesla still has a pretty bright future. They've created a very good foundation ever since Elon Musk came in. I think it was before the great financial crash, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was 2007 or 2008. Yeah. It was 2008. So he was a member of the board of Tesla since April 2004, and then he was promoted to CEO in October of 2008. So right at the height of the great financial crash. And so, since then, he has provided, again, immense amount of value for shareholders in the longer term, and will continue, to my opinion, provide that shareholder value in the next few decades, as long as Elon Musk is healthy and living. All right, so that's just my take. Again, this entire price structure and sentiment and tone for Tesla has been constantly shifting towards a more bullish trend. And if we're able to finally see that third and last RS flip at this resistance level of 187.50, we can see a massive and pretty rapid rise towards that $200 psychological level. And at that point, again, I would want more FOMO buying coming in, where we can see an official retest of 205.50, which is the next major level resistance after 187.50, and also simultaneously coincide with the daily 200 SMA. That would be the perfect ideal price action that we could possibly see and observe once the price is able to break over 187.50 with an immense amount of volume backing up that breakout over this daily significant resistance level. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so that's kind of it, guys. I mean, that's kind of fun to talk about one ticker only tonight, but again, the bullish case for Tesla is here, all right? And so for everyone who is still joining in right now, you guys are about 34 minutes late, but make sure you guys watch the recording of the stream. And again, thank you guys so much for all the likes tonight. I mean, even before I began, it seems like we're really gaining that momentum for the streams, and obviously we're also gaining a lot more subscribers on this channel. So again, thank you guys so much for your continued support during trying times, and well, pretty much during any time, as I continue to do these Tuesday and Thursday live streams, and as I constantly upload videos every single Monday and Wednesday. Okay, so again, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and also it lets me know personally that you guys are enjoying all the content and valuable and applicable information that I give to you guys every single trading day of every single week. All right, so with that, I will close out the stream for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good luck tomorrow, and have a great rest of your night.